Let's compare a single large language model call to an agent. Let's start with this single LLM call. So I'm going to ask, and I've grounded this to the old Microsoft Standby, the AdventureWorks database. So I'm going to ask, what was my best-selling product? Now in this case, I'm just calling the large language model and running the query straight away. And it did work. Now in this case, this model is grounded to the AdventureWorks schema. It suggested this query over here, which we ran, and it gave me this result. But, maybe that result is not exactly what I was looking for. As a human looking for natural language, this didn't format it wonderfully. And I may need to run it through another call to a large language model to clean this up and make it more human readable. Now if I ask a more complicated question like, who was the salesperson who sold the most of my best-selling product? Well, now we're not doing so well. I mean, it generated a query. It's got a big join in it. This query might be correct, but we'll never know because it's got incorrect syntax. And with a single call to a large language model, these are the kinds of errors that you often run into, especially when you're trying to issue queries. The large language model often makes mistakes that need to be corrected. One way to approach this is with the use of an agent. And here we'll use an assistant. So let's try that first question first. So what we did here is we used the assistant agent framework and the ability to run functions. And so here the assistant could run its own SQL and get a result. That's what it did here, and it gave a much more pleasant and human readable answer. Now let's try our more complicated question. The salesperson who sold the most of my best-selling product. Now this is one of the places where an assistant shines. As we can see, it will go back and forth with itself, running queries, sometimes making mistakes. And here we see it's run two queries back to back, where it found what the best-selling product is and who the best salesperson was, Jillian Carson.